Eva Pilgrim wants to advance Inside Edition into reporting from the ground up. Eva Pilgrim is working to increase the visibility of Inside Edition. The former ABC News correspondent and GMA3 co-anchor, who will begin hosting on Monday as only the fourth host in the syndicated news magazine's more than 3 decades of operation, hopes to use her in-the-field experience from local news and the Disney News unit to ensure that Inside is traveling the country and meeting with the subjects of its stories. In a recent interview, Pilgrim states, "I traveled the world and did multiple cycles in presidential elections and lots of weather tragedies. You see people for who they truly are when you're in the field in that manner." As the show moves on from its longtime presenter, Deborah Norville, and attempts to entice new viewers to its screens, Inside Edition is depending on Pilgrim to retain its existing audience. "She certainly appeals to our current audience, and I believe she will be appealing to a new generation of viewers," says executive producer Charles Lockman, who has worked in a variety of roles on the CBS-supported program since 1989. He claims that the show's robust 17.3 million YouTube subscribers support it behind the scenes and may be combined with its typical linear viewership. Young people will approach their parents and ask, "Hey Mom, have you seen the show Inside Edition?" Lockman adds. The secret to attracting younger audiences, he goes on to say that the films are vivid and very unique storytelling, showing the stories you really don't see anywhere else. Pilgrim will now leave the studio and do more in-person interviews with story subjects. She claims that she naturally has the ability. As she went from place to place, Pilgrim, who calls herself a army brat, discovered that you never meet a stranger, which makes you feel comfortable in uncomfortable situations, she adds. "It was very helpful as a kid. As a journalist, I was particularly drawn to my interest about various locations. Even when several locations are somewhat similar, you may still find subtleties and distinctions between them." It took the producers a while to choose Norville's replacement. According to Lockman, there were indications off-camera that Norville could be ready to go, so when she made her announcement on April 30th, the program was ready. Producers thought they could take their time choosing a new moniker, and they mostly depended on Mary Calvi, the long-standing WCBS journalist who now serves as the weekend and fill-in anchor for Inside, to provide viewers with a recognizable face. The producer remarks, "Mary has just done a great job of keeping up the numbers. Since May, there has been no decline in our viewership. Pilgrim will take over a show that has maintained a consistent viewership throughout its evolution." Inside Edition featured investigative stories when it first premiered in 1989, and David Frost served as its first presenter. The producers adopted a more tabloid strategy when ratings did not materialize. Inside Edition competed for scoops with similar news magazine formats like Hot Copy and A Current Affair once Bill O'Reilly joined the show. As it developed, Inside was able to adapt to accommodate more popular headlines and human interest topics, and Norville guided it through 3 decades. According to Pilgrim, Norville leaves insanely big shoes to fill, and I want to do right by her and the staff. She also plans to seek for ways to enhance the show's storyline as she works on it. Perhaps there is a segment omitted for linear time that may be shown on YouTube. "You're usually just eating the drumsticks when you get a great rotisserie chicken from Costco," she explains. "In order to understand how it works, let's really carve the entire chicken. Don't let wonderful things sit around."